Hi, my name is Rita Cartwright, and I am the founder of RJ's Internet Marketing Services. And we would like to take the time to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to attend our webinar. This is our fourth webinar in a series of 5 webinars, all focusing on the subject of using social media for business. In our first webinar, we introduced you to using social media for business. And in our second webinar, we looked at using Facebook for business. And in our last webinar, which was our third webinar, we took a look at using Google Plus for business. And during these course of webinars, these series of webinars, we are focusing on the 4 social media giants. And so today we will be focusing on using Twitter for business. And if you want to grab one copy of the recorded webinar on our previous webinars, go to our website, visit the services page, and you can get the information from there how you can obtain those recorded webinars. So let's begin on looking at using Twitter for business. And we're going to cover 4 steps to consider when using Twitter for business. And so our first step, we're going to analyze what works and what doesn't work. And so everyone tends to use Twitter the same way. You see the following types of posters. And so you have what they call the quick linker. This tweeter hastily finds an article from their news feed aggregator and posts a link, often without even bothering to read it. Hey, it's a tweet, right? Then they congratulate themselves for doing their duty. Then you have what they call a serial retweeter. This person doesn't even bother to look for an article link. Instead, they just go through their news feed, their Twitter feed, and retweet the most appropriate post, generally above the fold. And then you have what they call the quickie quoter. And so this person either quotes Bible verses or inspirational quotes by New Age gurus, famous salesmen, or millionaires. And then you have what they call the initial capsmen. And these are those types of posts where every word in the post is initial cap, and then they add a link from Bitly. And so we will discuss what Bitly is a little later on in this webinar. And then you have what they call a compulsive sharer. They tell you everything they're doing from the laundry to just finishing their jog. And then you have what you call the gimmick tweeter. And so this person latches on to content form, such as recipes, that has nothing to do with their business or services, and then bombard you with them because it's easy and they have nothing else to say, and it's quick. Then you have what they call the weatherman. And this person tends to give you updates on the temperature. For example, it's 35 degrees and it's hot, but forget to tell you A, where he is, and B, why that should be interesting. Then you have what they call the ranter. This person says something inflammatory, usually followed by a link to his latest blog rant. And there's the dreary repeater. And that's tweeters like yesterday's bean and raw onion burrito. You see the same tweet from this guy 20 times in one day. So most likely you've been guilty of resorting to one or more of these types of tweets when you're overwhelmed with work. I know I'm guilty of it. And so, but note that all of these tweets can be both interesting and acceptable. And so let's see how. So if you mix them up with other types of tweets, they can be both interesting and acceptable. And they really are going to interest your followers. Are you revealing an incredible, valuable secret? And it's 35 degrees in Anchorage on Christmas Day. Now that can be interesting and acceptable.